And what we see is that food has an incredible role in all of Ayurvedic medicine, because we observe 6 tastes that are within food. I'm going to ask for a little help from the audience. These guys cannot answer. Who can tell me the 6 tastes within Ayurveda, or within food according to Ayurveda? Sweet, sour, bitter, astringent. Ooh, who said astringent? Nice one. Salty, what else? Pungent. Do we got one more? Did we cover them? Someone said sour. Sweet, sour, salty, bitter, pungent, and astringent. So why would the tastes matter? What does this actually do within the physiology? It's amazing for me because I look at how modern research and science begins to substantiate what ancient wisdom said. And we look at things like sweet taste, and I'm not talking about white refined sugar. I'm talking about fruits and vegetables that have naturally occurring sugars. I'm talking about grains, which also have a mildly sweet taste. By nature, this taste builds the tissues of the body. It's also slightly alkalizing to the tissues. Bitter taste, as I mentioned, is also alkalizing to the tissues when we talk about kale and leafy greens. The difference is that bitter taste in food actually lightens the tissues or helps the detoxification process within the body. And then we have sour taste, lemons, yogurt, fermented foods. This increases the enzymatic activity in the digestive system. It also helps absorb different minerals into the body. So you'll look at a lot of cultures and they'll have lemon on the side of the dish, and they've done that for centuries, and that's because it's helping the digestive mechanism. Salty, most of us are familiar with sodium. You know, it regulates the fluid balance in the body. It also affects the nervous system. Then pungent. Pungent is just another word for spicy or hot. Okay? And we all know what pungent foods do. If we eat a lot of cayenne pepper, we're going to be sweating. It's actually opening the channels of the body, and it's stimulating the metabolic fires, which we call Agni in Ayurveda, A-G-N-I. There's 13 Agnis, or metabolic fires, in the body. So we always use pungent foods to kick that up if we need to with an individual. And the last is astringent. And astringent comes from the word astringe, which means to dry. So when we have foods that actually absorb some of the gunk, you know, within the tissues and the body, cauliflower and broccoli are good examples of vegetables. Beans, actually, you think of the like kind of the chalky taste you can get with black beans. That's drying. Pomegranate, which is in Zrii as a juice, is one of the greatest cooling and astringent fruits within the entire plant kingdom. Okay, and these 6 tastes, I won't bore you too much with all of the theory, but they work very specifically with these 3 doshas. Okay, so if we take something or a body which is naturally hot or acidic, then we're going to cool it down, you know, with sweet taste. And if we have a body that is very sluggish, the metabolism, then we're going to fire it up with pungent taste. So the reason I'm going into this detail is because we chose the herbs and botanicals in Zrii very specifically. We have amalaki, which we can call the star fruit of this product. Okay? I don't mean star fruit like in Hawaii, but the star player. Okay? And what we know in Ayurvedic theory is that, yes, we can just put a bunch of amalaki in a product, you know, in a megadose, but it's going to be far more effective if we synergistically combine it with other fruits and other herbs. This is a basic tenet of Ayurveda. So we began to look at how do we actually want to do this? And we went back to classical Ayurvedic texts. We looked at modern nutritional research. And the first triad, which I would say, of this formulation is amalaki, and then tulsi, which we call holy basil. Tulsi is an amazing digestive aid. It's used for skin conditions, it's used for bronchial conditions, but it's paired very commonly with amalaki in Ayurvedic medicine. And the other part of this triad, or the triangle, is turmeric. And turmeric's becoming popular today. I think Dr. Oz was speaking about turmeric on Oprah a couple months ago. National Institute of Health is doing full-scale pilot studies right now looking at the role of the curcuminoids that are in turmeric on Alzheimer's disease and also arthritis. And then we said, okay, this is a great foundation for this product. We also want to think about how we're going to drive the nutrients deeper into the tissues. So we use ginger root. You know, there's a reason ginger root is also on so many plates, you know, say next to your sushi. It's because it's an incredible digestive aid. It increases the absorption and the assimilation of the nutrients. It's literally opening up the channels of the body. And then we said we also want to act upon the central nervous system. We want some brain tonics within this formulation. So Schisandra berry is one of the great brain tonics. It's adaptogenic, and the word adaptogenic means it has the ability to actually adapt to various levels of stress within the body, and it can work in different ways for different people. So there's many athletes, for example, that use Schisandra to kind of get, you know, clarity and pumped up in a way and to increase their performance. There's other people who use it as a sleeping aid. So this is Schisandra. Jujube is a wonderful harmonizing agent. We use this, it's used a lot in traditional Chinese medicine, and a species of it is also used in Ayurveda. And this just harmonizes all of these ingredients together, and it also has a high level of vitamin C in it, and it's alkalizing to the body. So I could literally bore you guys to tears. I could go on and on about the levels of analysis that went in to the formulation and how we were going to do it and then how we made it taste good. But we're pretty excited about it. And it's interesting for me because, you know, I've been out in Hawaii and now I'm here on the road, and I have people like yourselves coming up to me saying, I got to tell you about what this thing is doing for me. And there's times in the past week on this tour I've actually got goosebumps, because I've had people come up from their heart say, I just need to thank you, and I need to thank your team. I've been suffering with, say, chronic arthritis, you know, and nothing has helped the pain in my knees. And I started taking Zrii, and 3 days later, I feel great. I stopped all my pain medications. And I would just put that as one example. And I'm going to close by just sharing an observation with you, something I was thinking about while I've been on the road. And I'm learning a little bit more about this industry. And I still don't know a whole lot about it, but I know that there can be certain stigmas, right, due to various companies in the past not being in a place of integrity. And I think about this component of hard selling something, you know, having to do the hard sell. No one likes to do it. You're shaking your head now, miserable, the hard sell. No one likes to do it. No one likes to receive it. So I said, well, why do we even need to do the hard sell for a product we feel this good about? And David Simon vocalized this beautifully in Chicago, and he said, we wanted to create something so good that it will just start to sell itself. And that's not to say you don't put work into this business. You have to put work into the business. But it will begin to attract a whole different type of person even that may have ever been attracted to this industry before. So for me, I look at this and say, this is where we transform a model from the hard sell and the stigma into an offering. And it's an offering for people in different ways. Some people, it's a physiological thing. It's a health offering. For some, just allowing them to have a little more economic stability in their lives, that's a wonderful offering. So as you move forward in this journey, view this as an invitation into your own health and healing. I hope it opens doors for you to look into various aspects of healing, you know, to think about things maybe you've never thought about before, but also feel good that you're making an offering to people and hopefully changing their lives. Thank you, and aloha.